This is my quick review of A Quiet Place 2, A Quiet Place Part 2. And I actually just saw the movie yesterday, which was Friday. It was very good. I would give it a B. I think it was good enough to stand with the series. I think that A Quiet Place Part 2 really lived up to the hype. You know, obviously the first movie was amazing and it really was something that we hadn't really seen before. So the fact that the second movie was able to live up to that was just amazing. And obviously because John Krasinski is such a great producer and director that he was able to continue with what he's doing. I'm gonna try and not give spoilers, but I'll just say some quick points about the movie that'll make you want to watch it. First of all, John Krasinski, as you know, he died in the last movie. Not the last you'll see of him, I'll say that. Emily Blunt, her role in the movie wasn't as big, I would say. I'd say she had her own scenes. Her scenes weren't terrible, but, you know, they weren't like the core of the movie. She wasn't really the star. So I think she did, I don't know, maybe her role diminished since the last movie, because I feel like the last movie she had such a stronger role, and in this one she kind of took a step back. You know, she just had a baby, so it makes sense that she kind of can't do as much as she could before. She couldn't go out as much. Yeah, I don't think she was the strong point, honestly. She didn't really stick out to me when I was thinking about the movie. She wasn't like the first character that I was like, oh, that she had a good scene there. Who else? Okay, the son, he also didn't have as big of a role, but I'd say that he did enough. He played important roles. Like, he did enough to help the movie progress. I think that he had a few funny moments. He had a few, like, there was like sibling fighting between him and his sister that I was like, oh my god, my brother and I would do the same thing. Like, he had those little moments. And he also, not to say that he's stupid, but he kind of drove into the parts where you're in the movie theater and you're like, don't do that, oh my god, what are you doing? Like, he really fed into that. Like, he was a contributor, I would say that. All right, the daughter, she was the main character. Obviously she was the smartest one. The smartest one by far. She created all the plans of the movie. She was the plot. Like, she herself was the plot. Obviously, because she has the cochlear implant, she can basically change the world and save other people. So obviously she was able to really drive the movie. And then my favorite part, we see a new character who comes in. I actually don't remember his name. I think the actor's name is like Cillian something. I'm so sorry. But I know he was in Batman Begins and he did play Scarecrow. So that's how I will relate this to you guys. But his character was amazing. I think he honestly did so much that I was just like, yes. Like, there were moments where you're like, oh my god, is this guy a bad guy now? No, like, he did everything. He was amazing in this movie. His acting was really good. Even at times when you were like, oh, this is gonna be sappy and sad. No, he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly how to keep the movie going, how to keep you interested. It was just perfect. Alright, past the characters, I'm just gonna say, jump scares, there were a few, but they were good ones. I would say, like, you were expecting things to happen, and they did. I don't think I was jumping in the movie theater at every jump scare, because I could kind of see things happening. I was like, oh, that's a trap, that's gonna open, there's a monster on the way. Like, it's something, you get used to it at this point. Like, there's things that you've seen that you're just like, here it comes, here's another jump scare. I think it was a decent amount, okay? I don't think it was scary per se. I think it's just like a thriller. It kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat but not that much. Like, you can sit back and watch this on like a Sunday morning. Like, I could easily put it on. I'm not going to be scared to go to sleep. You know what I mean? I think also the emphasis of sound for each scene was amazing. Obviously, they did it in the first movie, but they continued it, and I just love that. Like, they made sure to keep it. Like, this is why they have such a good score, because there's not a score. Like, you have to emphasize each sound that you're doing, because this is the premise of the movie, and they continued that, which I thought was amazing. And overall, I just say that it's a good movie. Like, I would watch it again. I think it stands, it goes well with the first movie. I would say that. Yeah. Also, side note, there's a scene in the movie that is literally from Bird Box. Like, I have seen this in Bird Box. Spoiler alert. In the beginning of the movie, they show a flashback, and basically, as the monsters are coming in, the mom is driving her car, and she's like driving backwards, driving forwards. Watch Bird Box. Watch Bird Box. That first scene is literally Sandra Bullock driving with her sister as their thing is happening too. It's the exact same scene. Obviously, it's not on purpose, but I've seen it before. Also, another thing, another spoiler alert, when they go, spoiler alert, when they go onto the island, the other island, in A Quiet Place 2, that pretty much looks like Lost. In the show Lost, which was on ABC, I believe, there was an island with the others, and it was the exact same premise. Like, they were living good lives, meanwhile bad things are happening. Like, it's the exact same thing. So, stealing? Probably not. Maybe, though.